There are moments in life when you feel a presence. Not loud, not obvious, but it's there, a weight on your chest, a shadow in the corners of your mind, a whisper that won't leave you alone. Have you ever felt that? That quiet tug, the one that tells you something is not as it seems, that perhaps the battles you face aren't just by chance, but by design. Today, I want to speak to you about something that few dare to say out loud, something that can shake you to your core, but that you need to hear if you are among the chosen of God. The enemy does not attack everyone the same way. He does not waste his time with those who are unaware, the indifferent, the neutral. No, he comes after the ones who shine, the ones who carry light within them, the ones God has chosen. And the attacks, they are not always obvious. They are subtle. They start as a small doubt, a fleeting thought, a sense of unease that grows into anxiety, slowly, patiently, until it threatens to make you question everything you believe in. You might be thinking, am I really chosen? Am I facing something bigger than I can handle? Yes, if you feel the weight, if you feel the whisper, it might be because you are walking a path few understand, and the enemy knows it. But before we go further, I want you to do something simple. Take a deep breath and make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Here, we uncover truths that are hidden from most, and we guide those who are willing to listen. Hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss what comes next. Because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you see your struggles. It will help you understand the spiritual battles that surround you, battles that, until now, may have felt invisible, yet were very real. The enemy's strategy is precise. It starts with confusion. You wake up one morning feeling restless. The prayers that once gave you peace now feel empty. The work of God that once filled your heart now seems pointless. At first, you ignore it. You tell yourself, it's just stress, I'm overthinking, but deep down you feel it. That little voice that says, you're alone, you're not strong enough, you will fail. These are the first whispers of the enemy, and they target the soul in ways that are personal, intimate. He studies your fears. He knows your insecurities, and he uses them like weapons, silently, subtly, while the world around you remains oblivious. The attacks escalate in stages. Stage 1, the whisper of doubt. It begins softly, a thought that seems ordinary, harmless even, but it is planted. A seed of doubt in your heart, a tiny crack in your faith. Stage 2, the inner conflict, the seed grows. You find yourself questioning decisions, relationships, even your purpose. You might start avoiding prayer, avoiding fellowship, avoiding the light itself. The enemy thrives in isolation. Stage 3, the false comforts. Then comes distraction. The world offers comfort, but it's fleeting. Pleasures, material things, praise from others, these are used to pull you away from the truth. The enemy wants you dependent on illusions, not God. Even those closest to you may not see the battle. They may judge you, misunderstand you, or even doubt you. But this is the test. The enemy isolates the chosen to weaken them before the storm. What you must understand is this: you are not imagining it. You are not weak. These attacks are real because you are significant in God's plan. The enemy fears light. He fears those who bring hope, those who carry the truth. That is why his attacks are not random. They are targeted, personalized, and relentless. And the most dangerous part? Often the chosen don't recognize the attack for what it is. They think it's just life, just stress, just coincidence. But there is a pattern, a strategy, and once you recognize it, you can fight back with wisdom, courage, and faith. There is a war you cannot see. No armies, no weapons made of metal, no explosions. And yet, it is more real than anything you've ever touched. This war happens inside the mind, inside the heart, inside the soul. If you are chosen by God, you don't get to live a normal life. You get a meaningful one, and meaning always attracts opposition. The enemy does not attack you because you are weak. He attacks you because you are dangerous. dangerous to darkness, dangerous to lies, dangerous to everything that tries to keep people asleep. That's why your life has never been simple. You've felt different since you were young, more sensitive, more aware, more emotional, more spiritual. You noticed pain where others laughed. You felt injustice where others stayed silent. You sensed something wrong even when everything looked fine, and the enemy noticed that too. So he started early. 1. The attack on your identity. One of the first things the enemy goes after is your sense of self. He doesn't say, "You are evil." He says, "You are nothing." He whispers, "You don't belong. You're too much. You're not enough. No one really understands you." And slowly, you begin to believe him. You start shrinking your light, hiding your gifts, silencing your voice. You stop being who God called you to be, not because you want to, but because you're tired of feeling rejected. This is one of the enemy's favorite tactics: make the chosen doubt their worth. Because if you don't know who you are, you won't walk in your calling. 2. The attack on your emotions. The chosen feel deeply. That's not weakness, that's sensitivity to truth. But the enemy turns that gift into a battlefield. He attacks through anxiety, overthinking, emotional exhaustion, guilt without cause, sadness without reason. You wake up tired even after sleeping. You feel heavy for no clear reason. You smile outside, but inside you're bleeding, and you don't know why. That's the enemy pressing on your emotional core, because he knows that when your heart is tired, your spirit struggles to stand. 3. The attack through isolation. Have you noticed how often you feel alone, even in a room full of people? That's not random. The enemy separates the chosen before trying to break them. He makes you feel misunderstood, disconnected, different, unseen. So you stop opening up, you stop trusting, you stop asking for help, and isolation becomes your prison. But listen carefully. God never designed the chosen to fight alone. The enemy isolates you so he can speak louder in your mind. 4. The attack on your faith. At some point, the attacks move from your emotions to your beliefs. The enemy starts asking you questions in your own voice. If God loves you, why is this happening? If you're chosen, why are you suffering? If God is with you, why do you feel abandoned? And slowly, you stop praying like you used to. You stop expecting miracles. You stop believing that change is possible. Not because you stopped loving God, but because you're tired of hoping. That's one of the most painful attacks of all. Not losing faith, but losing expectation. 5. The attack through distraction. When the enemy can't destroy you, he distracts you. He fills your time with noise, busyness, entertainment, empty relationships, endless scrolling, temporary pleasures. Not because those things are evil in themselves, but because they keep you asleep. And the chosen are not supposed to sleep. You are supposed to see. 6. The attack through shame. Shame is one of the enemy's sharpest weapons. He reminds you of your past, your mistakes, your failures. He says, "You're not worthy. God is disappointed in you. You messed up too much." And you start punishing yourself emotionally. You stop receiving love. You stop forgiving yourself. You stop believing you still have a future. But hear this clearly. God does not call the perfect. He perfects the called. Shame is not from God. 7. Why you and not others? Have you ever asked, why does it feel harder for me than for everyone else? It's because you are not ordinary. You carry something inside you, a sensitivity to God, a hunger for truth, a heart that feels what others ignore. And the enemy knows that if you wake up fully, you will help others wake up too. So he fights you harder, not because you're losing, but because you're dangerous to darkness. 8. The turning point. Here's the truth the enemy doesn't want you to know. Everything he uses against you, God can use to transform you. Your pain becomes wisdom. Your tears become compassion. Your wounds become healing for others, and one day you will look back and realize the attacks didn't destroy you, they prepared you. You are not crazy, you are not weak, you are not alone, you are chosen, and the war you feel is real. At some point, every chosen soul reaches a moment of awakening. Not loud, not dramatic, but clear. It's the moment you realize, I am done being afraid. I am done shrinking. I am done living below what God called me to be. This is the moment the enemy fears most, because once you see who you really are, you stop being a victim, and you become a warrior. Not with violence, not with pride, but with authority. The enemy lies to you about one thing more than anything else. He wants you to believe you are losing. But look at your life. You've been attacked, and you're still here. You've been broken, and you're still standing. You've been confused, and you're still searching for God. That means something powerful. You are not defeated. You are being refined. Fire does not destroy gold. It reveals it. You don't fight the enemy with emotion. You fight him with truth. And the truth is this: you are not who your past says you are. You are not who your pain says you are. You are not who the enemy says you are. You are who God says you are. And God says you are chosen, you are called, you are protected, you are loved. When you walk in that identity, darkness loses its power over you. There is a day when the chosen stop asking, "Why me?" and start declaring, "Use me." That's the shift. You stop running from your calling. You stop hiding from your purpose. You stop apologizing for your light. You realize that your sensitivity is not weakness, it's spiritual perception. You realize your pain was not punishment. It was preparation, and you rise quietly, firmly, unshakably. You were not born just to survive. You were born to carry light into dark places. The enemy fights you because you see what others ignore, feel what others avoid, care when others don't. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out in the spirit. If you are still breathing, God is still working. Your best days are not behind you. They are forming inside you. Every tear you cried, God counted. Every prayer you whispered, God heard. Every time you thought about giving up and didn't, that was grace holding you. The enemy does not get the last word. God does. And God says, "You are mine. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are being shaped for something greater." You don't need to fear the war anymore, because now you understand it, and understanding turns fear into strength. If this message spoke to your heart, if something inside you started to move, if you felt your spirit wake up even a little, then please understand this. You were not meant to walk this journey alone. God never calls someone into a deeper life without also preparing a place where that soul can be strengthened, reminded, and guided. This channel exists for people like you, people who feel different, people who feel the weight of something greater, people who know deep down that they were born for more than just surviving. So right now, wherever you are, take a moment, breathe, and make a decision for your spirit. Subscribe to this channel now, not just for content, but for direction, for clarity, for courage, for truth. Here, we talk about purpose when you feel lost, faith when you feel tired, strength when you feel weak, light when the world feels dark. And if you stay connected, you won't walk blind anymore. You won't fight alone anymore. You won't doubt your calling the same way again, because every time you listen, something in you will remember who you are. So join this community of the chosen, of the awakened, of those who refuse to live asleep. And never forget this truth. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are chosen.